There's just one day to go before campaigning comes to an end in the Delhi capital showdown. The big guns of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party were out on the roads trying to engage with voters one last time. Rahul Gandhi did a roadshow, Arvind Kejriwal did multiple rallies and the Prime Minister made a big speech. Let's listen to the latest barbs being thrown by the campaigners who are out trying to win votes just before the deadline ends.
ये जनता बहुत समझदार है। जनता झूठे भ्रम वादे अपप्रचार ये कभी जनता के गले नहीं उतरते हैं और जो अपने आप को नेक दिल बताते थे, ईमानदार बताते थे, उनका कच्चा चिट्ठा खुल गया भाइयों। किस प्रकार के लोग हैं, बातें कैसी करते और कारनामे कैसे करते हैं। भाइयों बहनों, जनता जनार्दन अगर कोई एकांत बार गलती कर दे तो माफ कर देती है, लेकिन अगर लोग जनता को अगर मूर्ख मान ले और अपनी रोजी रोटी चलाने की कोशिश करें तो बार बार वो नहीं चल सकती है।
The Prime Minister taking direct pot shots at Arvind Kejriwal. Some people believe he's actually raised Kejriwal's stature by actually doing so. What is Kejriwal saying on the campaign trail? We've seen the interviews that he's done. But what is it that he's telling voters? What is it that his team is thinking? My colleague Ankit Tyagi spent an entire day with Kejriwal, the man most opinion polls believe could be Delhi's Chief Minister again. And I want you to look at this very, very carefully because it gives a full sense what really is going on in the mind of Arvind Kejriwal. Here is our ground report with Kejriwal.
Arvind Kejriwal's campaign trail, how he, the kind of things that he say, the issues that he picks up, and the people, those who make Arvind Kejriwal's campaign. Arvind, बल्कि अभी शुरू आज का दिन शुरू हो रहा है। Arvind, सुबह कितने बजे से दिन शुरू हो जाता है?
सुबह जल्दी हो जाता है।
So आज क्या टारगेट है? कितनी रैलीज, कितना कैंपेन?
सभाएं हैं। अभी तो सुबह से स्ट्रेटजी मीटिंग्स चल रही थी, पार्टी की मीटिंग चल रही थी। 3 सभाएं हैं और उसके बाद मैं रोज रात को अपनी कंस्टिट्यूंसी में जाता हूं 2-3 घंटे।
His day begins with this media frenzy. As soon as he comes out, you would see these hordes of cameras and microphones trying to get that space, in that window. Some days when it's an issue that he believes that he needs to pick up, he starts with it, and there are others when Arvind Kejriwal, of course, like today, would not speak but would go ahead and will, of course, get on with his day. So from his Kaushambi house, Arvind Kejriwal today has come to his office. This is the New Delhi MLA office that they have made, and Kejriwal, remember, was the representative of this constituency. This is in the Vittalbai house that is near Constitution Club. This is the office that deals with the constituency. Let me also just quickly go across and show you where Mr. Kejriwal himself is right now. He's in fact inside as of now, and the lunch is on. This is possibly one of the few moments because in the last few days when I have seen him traveling, it's always in the car. Honestly tell me, do you get time to sit and have lunch, or because usually it's in the car, isn't it?
हाँ, मोस्टली तो गाड़ी में ही होता है।
So is it क्या है आज घर से क्या बनवा के लाए हैं आप अपने लिए?
पालक की सब्जी, मटर की सब्जी।
Are there any favorites और जो बन जाता है वही आ जाता है?
अब तो जो बन जाता है वही खा लेते हैं।
अभी इसके बाद यहाँ से
एक टीवी इंटरव्यू है और उसके बाद 3 सभाएं हैं।
Long day still ahead, so that crucial dose of energy. Every opportunity jibe is being countered. As he's speaking to us, there are other interviews ongoing currently.
सारे सिर्फ सब ले लिया, चुनाव की बात ही ठीक है।
अरविंद कौन सी मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं अभी आप? खांसी की है क्या? बीजेपी वाले भी आजकल यही पूछ रहे हैं।
डायबिटीज़।
तो खांसी की मेडिसिन कुछ लेनी अभी शुरू करिए या?
खांसी के लिए सुबह ही करता हूँ प्राणायाम, नेति, योगा।
और 49 दिन जब हमारी सरकार थी दिल्ली में।
You see, Arvind Kejriwal's entire focus in USP this election has been that he has learned a little bit of politics. He has understood his vote bank, and at the places where he's strong, he makes sure that you see the surge. These kids, they are the ones, those who are enthused by Arvind Kejriwal. This jharu symbol on their hand with the topi. ये टोपी यहाँ पे भी किसी ने पहना है। ये टोपी किसका लगाया हुआ है?
केजरीवाल का।
कौन है केजरीवाल? वो तो और भी नेता आते हैं यहाँ पे?
नहीं।
और नेता नहीं आते कोई?
नहीं।
So what she said, she might not be a voter, but what she said is very significant. और कोई नेता नहीं आते यहाँ पे. These kids have seen only one neta here, and that is Kejriwal. And this has been the strength of Aam Aadmi Party's campaign. Something which is troubling the BJP, something that they are now worried about. Behind me, you can see Arvind Kejriwal coming. Massive, massive crowd, and a lot of people, in fact, wanting to meet him. This is the response that Aam Aadmi Party is hoping will get them through. This is the response that they are hoping will get them through this election. Although there is not even a minute that Mr. Kejriwal has, we have been lucky to just hop into his car and try and speak to him. He has been giving a lot of sound bites. It's about politics, election. But let us also try and find out what is beyond that. First of all, what is the change that you see from your campaign last time and your campaign this time?
There's huge public support, ground support. बहुत ज़बरदस्त जनता का सपोर्ट है। पिछली बार जितनी लोग आया करते थे हमारी रैली में, उससे कम से कम 3 से 4 गुना लोग आ रहे हैं हमारी सभाओं के अंदर। और लोगों में बहुत उत्साह है, लोगों में जस्ट पागलपन है आम आदमी पार्टी को लेके। आप देख रहे हो किस तरह से।
What about this poster war? BJP आपको रोज they are attacking you with various posters, कुछ ना कुछ आपके अगेंस्ट आता रहता है। What about this poster war? What do you feel? Why do you feel this is happening?
देखो जी, बीजेपी के पास कोई एजेंडा नहीं है इस बार, कोई विजन नहीं है, कोई मैनिफेस्टो नहीं है। उनको पता ही नहीं, फ्रैंकली उनको कुछ नहीं पता दिल्ली के लोग कैसे रहते हैं, कैसे जीते हैं। उनको दिल्ली के बारे में कुछ नहीं पता, मैनिफेस्टो भी नहीं बना पा रहे वो लोग। तो वो क्या कर रहे हैं? वो लोग अब गाली गलौज पे उतर रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं केजरीवाल नक्सली है, केजरीवाल को जंगल भेज दो, केजरीवाल बदकिस्मत आदमी है, उसकी किस्मत ख़राब, बदनसीब है। फिर वो किरण जी ने मेरे बारे में बोला कि ही इज़ हाईली टॉक्सिक, ही इज़ अनकूथ, ही इज़ अनसिविल। नूपुर शर्मा जी कहती हैं केजरीवाल बंदर है। बीजेपी के एक यूपी के नेता ने क्या है, केजरीवाल हरामखोर है। ये राजनीति है उनकी। इन कंट्रास्ट हम लोग कह रहे हैं हम दिल्ली में 20 नए कॉलेज खोलेंगे, हम 500 नए स्कूल बनाएंगे। हम लोग कह रहे हैं हम दिल्ली में महिलाओं की सुरक्षा देंगे, हम रिश्वतखोरी बंद करेंगे, महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए पूरी दिल्ली में CCTV कैमरे लगाएंगे, महिलाओं की सुरक्षा के लिए बटन। ये हमारी राजनीति है और वो उनकी राजनीति है।
रोक इसलिए रहा हूँ कि आपके उधर रैली चल रही थी, बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग चीज़ देखी, मैं आपको दिखाना चाहूँगा। यहाँ पर भी एक कार्यक्रम चल रहा है, जनता आई हुई है, वीना आनंद ने ये रखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे नाच गाना चल रहा है। फॉर्मर आपकी MLA थी, तो ये आपको लगता है कि इस तरह के जो कार्यक्रम चल रहे थे यहाँ पे, आप उधर की रैली चल रही थी, यहाँ गाने चल रहे थे, इनसे कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा बहुत ग्राउंड पे हर्ट हो सकते हैं?
नहीं सर, जनतंत्र है, जनतंत्र में सबका अधिकार है, फंडामेंटल राइट है। चुनाव लड़ना, वोट डालना अच्छा है, सबको लड़ना।
चलिए, और भी हम थोड़ी देर और भी बातें करेंगे अबाउट पॉलिटिक्स एंड एवरीथिंग। टेल मी वन थिंग, इन दोनों में से कौन सी बोतल में से आप पानी पीते हैं?
दोनों से। दारू नहीं है इसमें। गर्म पानी है, मेरा गला खराब है ना, तो वो मिक्स करके पीता हूँ, ठंडा और गर्म। घर से सुबह थर्मस ले आता हूँ गर्म पानी की, इसमें बॉइलिंग वाटर है तो वो थोड़ा ठंडा मिक्स करके पी लेता हूँ।
आई ऑल्सो वॉन्टेड टू आस्क यू, मैं बड़े दिनों से मैं सोच रहा था आपसे ये पूछने की कि आपके पोस्टर्स कहते हैं जनता का CM आम आदमी। ये बताइए कि अरविंद केजरीवाल क्या वॉलेट लेके चलते हैं?
नहीं,
जेब में पैसे नहीं लेके चलते?
थोड़े बहुत पैसे हैं, वॉलेट नहीं रखता मैं, वॉलेट की आदत नहीं है।
अरे कितने पैसे लेके चलते हैं अरविंद केजरीवाल?
अभी बता देता हूँ। 500, 600, 700, 800, तो 1300 रुपये।
1300 रुपये। तो ये आपका क्या, ये आपका दिन का खर्चा मिलता है या ये कैसे कैसे हिसाब लगा के निकले हैं?
नहीं, कभी कभी जरूरत पड़ जाती है।
Ever the Aam Aadmi, that was Arvind Kejriwal. Opinion polls are suggesting that Kejriwal is leapfrogging over the Bharatiya Janata Party when it comes to votes. But where are Kejriwal's votes coming from? Let's take a look at the figures, and I'll start with young voters, and I'll walk across over there to give you a better sense. But let's start with young voters. Those who are between 18 and 25 seem to be rallying around Kejriwal. See how things have changed since December, where only 38% of the voters wanted to vote for AAP. That's now jumped up to 51 for the Aam Aadmi Party. Let's now move to those who are 56 and above, because in the 56 and above category, the Aam Aadmi Party is still weak. That's where the BJP is doing well. If we were to look at Muslim voters, amongst the Muslim voters, the Aam Aadmi Party's popularity has jumped from 36% to 49% just in the last 2 months. That's a 13% jump. Whereas the BJP continues to remain weak. What's happening is that the Congress is losing out on its support. Earlier they were at 27%, earlier they were at 38%, now they're down to 27%. A big fall in the Congress's popularity. The other place where the Aam Aadmi Party is doing well is in the outer Delhi areas. Let's look at Jat voters who are concentrated in the outer Delhi areas. Earlier, only 34% of them in December were telling us that they would vote for AAP. That's now jumped up to 49, a big 15% jump for the Aam Aadmi Party, whereas the BJP's popularity in this category is actually coming down 2%. After this, let's look at the Gujar vote, because even amongst the Gujars, we've seen a big shift in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party, whereas the BJP's vote share here again is not moving in the way that they'd like. Once again, from 39% in January 2015 to 47% in February 2015. Let's now look at Dalit voters. Remember, the Dalits of Delhi have always been traditional Congress voters. However, in this election, they're veering away from the Congress and voting in big numbers for the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party's popularity amongst Dalits jumping from 37% December, 37% in January 2015 to 44% at the time of the latest figures. The Congress has declined substantially, and that decline hasn't been reversed. This is when it comes to the important castes and where they're going. Let's now come to the Jhuggi Jhopdi clusters of Delhi. Once again, a big bastion of the Congress, swerving towards the Aam Aadmi Party. Take a look. The Congress is down from 18 to 11%, whereas the BJP is down from 34 to 27. Across all parameters, the highest vote percentage for the Aam Aadmi Party comes from the Jhuggi Jhopdi clusters, where 53% of the respondents say that they will vote for the Aam Aadmi Party. And given the dense concentration of voters in these areas, that's a big lead that Kejriwal gets. The only place where the BJP is actually doing better than the Aam Aadmi Party is amongst the elite colonies, amongst the rich people of Delhi. There, the BJP enjoys a 4% gap between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, whereas everywhere else, the BJP is actually trailing. So that's not really good news for the Aam Aadmi Party, for the BJP, because you've got the BJP winning only in the elite areas. Let's come to women voters of Delhi. Amongst the women, the BJP was hoping that more and more people will come out, more and more women will come out and support the Bharatiya Janata Party. That unfortunately hasn't happened. In fact, it's fallen 4% from 39% in December 2014 to 35% now. Despite Kiran Bedi's presence, the numbers have dipped 4% in the last 1 month, whereas the Aam Aadmi Party's popularity here has gone up by 9% at the same time when Kiran Bedi joined the BJP. So women don't seem to be rallying for the BJP just in the way that they would have expected. How does media exposure determine voting patterns? Is the campaign for Kejriwal working? What are people thinking of the BJP campaign? Amongst people with very high media exposure, the AAP's popularity has jumped up from 37% in January to 54% in February, whereas the Congress's popularity has declined sharply and the BJP's popularity too has fallen. What this means is, amongst people who are watching television, amongst people who are reading newspapers, those who are active on social media, the AAP's campaign seems to be clicking. Whereas the only place where the BJP's popularity hasn't fallen calamitously is amongst those who have either very low or no media exposure, zero media exposure, because that's where the BJP remains roughly where it was the last time. The BJP's popularity earlier was 35% in January, that's now 33%. It's roughly the same. Now, hasn't changed much in the past 1 month, whereas the Aam Aadmi Party's popularity also hasn't changed. These are people who made up their mind, already decided what they want to do, and that opinion hasn't changed. What this essentially shows is that in the areas where people are watching television, people are watching news channels, reading newspapers, the Aam Aadmi Party campaign is clicking, and amongst those who are not, the BJP is where it was earlier. What we're going to do now is get a BJP perspective on these numbers. Why is it that the BJP campaign, despite all the effort that's been put in, the fact that you've got the entire cabinet out there, the fact that the president himself is in the trenches, the fact that the prime minister has done one rally after another, why is the BJP campaign not clicking? I caught up earlier this afternoon with Union Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad to ask him just that. Here is Hot Pursuit with the Telecom Minister. Joining us now on Hot Pursuit is Union Telecom Minister Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad. So welcome to Headlines today. I want to start with the opinion polls and the picture they paint for the Bharatiya Janata Party in Delhi. What's your strategy to try and fight this?
Well, every channel, including yours, is entitled to have the poll. That is your right, which I always respect. But just to counter that, we have also our own proper survey with very huge sample size, almost 8-10 times more than what you all have done. And we are cruising towards a very, very comfortable majority. But let me ask you just 3 quick questions. Is the Aam Aadmi Party in the same state of health it was in 2013 elections?
What do you think? It's better or worse?
It is worse. It lost 7 Lok Sabha elections very conclusively. Mr. Kejriwal lost his deposit in Kashi and other places. They tried to become a big All India party. What happened is too well known to you, except something in Punjab. In this light, they are in a better health politically speaking. They are not. The quest for stability, the quest for good governance is the issue which is going to be the main issue in this election.
So I'm going to quote now from the RSS mouthpiece, the organizer, which says that the BJP is not in a comfortable ground in Delhi at this time. This coming from the RSS.
First of all, you better clarify, an article in the organizer by an individual author does not represent the view of RSS.
Generally reflects the thinking within the RSS.
Please be very clear about it. And this has been clarified many times as the chief spokesperson earlier also. It is a magazine, many people contribute. I differ with that assessment completely.
Minister, what's at stake for the BJP? Because we've seen over the past several days, whether it's you, whether it's Venkaiah Naidu, Piyush Goyal, Nirmala Sitharaman, there's an entire battery of the heavyweights of the Bharatiya Janata Party, all up virtually against one man. It seems there's an army versus one man in this election.
I'm a little surprised. We are all party workers also.
Yes, of course.
We also campaign in Maharashtra. We campaign in Haryana. You never asked us this question. Now, if we have party workers who are also ministers, you have a problem. AAP does not have anyone except Kejriwal, then you say we are pitching against him. I am asking a simple question. Aam Aadmi Party has laid down certain standards of propriety, of probity as the torch bearer of Indian politics regeneration. Why Mr. Kejriwal is running away from the questions we have asking? I asked today.
He's calling you for a public debate. He says, let there be a debate between Kiran Bedi and me. I'll answer all these questions.
Let me ask a question, simple question. He takes 2 crores of money from a company whose address is fake, number 1. Whose director is a director in 30 companies. Your mail today has explained that today. Your channel went there, found to be the address to be fake. That company does not have any business operations, no profit whatsoever. And a PSC of heavyweight the Political Affairs Committee examines that and found to be correct. It is a clear case of money being laundered from a non-white to white through the instrument of check. Would Mr. Kejriwal reply to this or not?
You are telecom minister, the post department comes under you, you've got corporate affairs under you. If he's guilty, investigate, prosecute him and jail him.
That the law will take its own course.
Are you going to order a probe?
No,
Order a probe.
please.
So far, no probe has been ordered, sir.
Because moral code of conduct is there. Mr. Jaitley has said requisite action needed in terms of requirement of law. But does Mr. Kejriwal owe an obligation to the people of the country or not? A man who is asking questions day in and day, who is giving certificate of honest and corrupt leaders, who is giving names of people having foreign bank accounts of black money. And when you are cornered of a fake address of a company, of a fake director, of a fake operations, you take 2 crore clandestinely and you will not reply to it.
What do you make of Kejriwal, the competitor?
In democracy, everyone has got the right to try his luck. That is the beauty of Indian democracy. As someone rightly stated, it can only happen in a democracy that the son of a tea vendor can become the prime minister and the grandson of a cook of the British Army can become the president of USA. That's the beauty of democracy. We must salute that. But trust the wisdom of the people. They are too wise who can govern and who can offer dharna.
Well, we'll see what the wise Indian voter has to say.
And we will win.
Minister, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
you
you
very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. That was Ravi Shankar Prasad.